Alright guys, if you like rockets and big explosions, this one is right up your alley. Okay guys, thanks very much for tuning in today, really appreciate it. We're looking at another Hazardous Propulsion build, and you're probably wondering, well, I've already made 2 other videos on this, and they were received quite well. I think we did pretty well there, but I wanted to make one with the Eyes of Tomorrow, the Deep Stone Crypt exotic. And I thought with the artifact and weapons that we've got as, you know, a bit of a meta at the moment, especially mint, I thought that I'd give it a go, see what we can find. And happily, with Hazardous Propulsion, it does give us the benefit of upgrading our damage to rockets when we activate that class ability. And if we focus on that, and then trying to get a bit of a rotation happening with that class ability, you do start to get a bit of decent damage happening. And when we pair it with the Arc subclass, with the Thunder Crash and a few other fragments and abilities, seems to come together. So we're going to go over it today. Let's have a quick look. So we're going to start with this subclass today. So the subclass we've got is obviously Arc. We're running Thunder Crash. We're using it for just big burst damage, alongside our abilities of Rally Barricade and the Strafe Lift. As always, choose your own jump. And we're using the Seismic Strike as our melee. So I use it as a bit of a gap closer, and if I want to sort of just get moving a little bit, it does regenerate pretty quickly. So it is a good option to have. It does have the ability to blind unstoppable champions, which stuns them, so there's a bit of utility there as well. Grenade, we're using the flashbang grenades. That's going to blind as well on top of our Seismic Strike there, so a lot of options to stop our unstoppable champions. Aspects we're running is the Storm's Keep. Now we're using the Rally Barricade, as you saw. That's going to generate Bolt Charge, which gives us melee energy. So that's going to work really nicely with Seismic Strike. Make sure we've already got it up. And with Storm's Keep, again, it really, really increases that amount of Bolt Charge as you stand behind the barricade. So really beneficial to have. Other aspect we're running is Touch of Thunder. Now this is to give our grenade a little bit of an extra oomph. So you can see there, the flashbang grenade emits an additional blinding flash. It's going to make sure that we can disorientate enemies as, you know, they group up, they bunch up, and give us a little bit of an out if we get surrounded. Fragments, running Spark of Frequency, Ions, Focus, and Shock. So they all have a little bit of benefit. Now, the melee hits increase your equipped weapons reload speed and stability, so we get a bit of extra reload speed there for Eyes. And while amplified, the effects are increased, and you gain increased stacks of Bolt Charge. So nice little benefit there. You don't need an arc weapon for that, which is great. You can see with Ions there, defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with Bolt Charge creates an Ionic Trace, and Ionic Traces, they will give you ability energy as well. Focus, nice little extra to have. You might not use it all the time, but as you sprint, your class ability will regenerate a little bit faster just for a short time. Spark of Shock, so the grenade jolts targets as well. So our flashbang grenade, not only does it blind unstoppable champions, it will jolt enemies as well, so it will stun overloads. So nice little dual action there on the grenade. Jump into the weapons now, and we're going to look at micro missile frames that are going to work really nicely with our Hazardous Propulsion. So as you can see, we're using Mint, and it's got bait and switch with Hatchling. Hatchling's going to work really nicely with our artifact. We'll jump into that soon. Our sidearm is going to be returned memory. Now, as you can see here, we're using lead from gold and incandescent. So you could technically go over to redirection just for a little bit of extra damage, but it is nice being able to get that explosion of solar energy when you take down a combatant. Obviously, the star of the show here is the Eyes of Tomorrow. Now, with the weapon perk, Adaptive Ordnance, defeating 4 or more targets in a single volley increases the damage with the next and refunds the ammunition you just used. So technically, fire off a volley of shots. If you destroy 4 enemies in that volley, not only will your next volley of rockets be empowered, but you'll also refund that ammunition as well. So you'll get the empowered rockets from defeating 4, and then you'll get the ongoing benefit of rocket launcher damage through Hazardous Propulsion. So really, really decent to have there. Move across to the armor, so we're going to be running Thermodynamic Siphon for the dual solar and strand siphons, and just a special ammo finder there on the helmet too. With our gauntlets, we're going to be using Triple Focusing Strike, so it grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a powered melee attack. So only damage, don't need to kill anything. If you just damage something, you'll get a decent amount of class ability energy back. It's about 20% when you strike something. For the chest armor, we're going to be looking at ammo generation, specifically for Solar 2 of and a Strand. With the legs, we're going to be looking at stacks on stacks. So picking up an Orb of Power grants you 1 additional stack of armor charge. So the maximum we'll be getting is 3. And yeah, obviously, just so we're always getting the most out of our armor charge, will be 1 Orb of Power will give you 2 stacks of armor charge. Alongside the stacks on stacks running Orbs of Restoration, picking up an Orb of Power grants a small amount of energy to your ability with the least energy. And lastly, we're going to be looking at the Mark. Now the Mark, we're going to be running triple utility kickstart, which is going to give us a class ability regen instantly of about 30%. It works out to be, it's like 28.4%. It's not a very even number, but it, we'll round it up. It's about 30%, and you get it back as soon as your class ability is expended. Your armor charge will be consumed, and you get that 30% back straight away. And for our armor set, we're going to be running Tech Sec, so the 4-piece concussive rounds, defeating powerful combatants or breaking combatant shield with kinetic damage releases a disorientating kinetic shockwave. So that'll work really nicely with Hazardous. As always, not going to work with our weapons, so to speak, but part of the artifact, which we'll go through now, will work with those weapons quite nicely. And we'll have a quick overview here, guys, but realistically, we're going to focus on, columns 2, 3, and 4 for our strand-bladed perks for Mint, and then, column 4 for our micro-missile weapons. That's pretty much the build, guys. Pretty short and sweet, but I thought, with a couple of other Hazardous builds out there, you could probably mix and match a little bit, but I wanted to give Eyes a little bit of its own video. I really enjoy that weapon. I think it just needs a little bit of help maybe in the damage department to make it really, S tier sort of thing. But yeah, look, there's enough here that I think we can get a really nice rotation. I would recommend using it in, big open areas. It does tend to work well with the Onslaught modes, so Midtown and Widow's Court, they're really, really good. And there's a few fire team sections as well, like the Cabal base ones. You've got Foothold and Behemoth as well. Other than that, look, really appreciate you guys sticking around. Look, thanks for all the support on these videos. It really makes a difference. Every single view, every little like. So thanks very much. And all the subscribers as well, really, really appreciate your time. So I'll leave you with it, guys, but I'll see you in the next one.